Evening everyone, how are we doing tonight? Welcome along. So welcome along Renault, Jack, Elite, Tom, Brendan, AC driving, Tim, hope we're all well. Had a few little technical glitches with Pretzel there. It's decided to completely log me out of everything and need reinstalling. It should be sorted now. So, also welcome along Austin, Sonata and 1174 on RN. Hope we're all well. So hopefully we'll get somewhere now that everything's going to behave itself. Fingers crossed. There we go. Right, so here we are then, the Valley of the Old Farm. Nightbot doesn't need a coffee yet. We're starting up the shop. Not much has really changed up here, as we can see. Thanks Dan, welcome along. Slightly levitating Zeta. Definitely not RN, definitely not. Do have something planned, but more to follow in Discord about that. And that'll be for 2 weeks time. Hey Girly 100, welcome along. Thanks Sonata, much appreciated. So I've left traffic turned on so we can see how much I can collide with things. I haven't tried yet AC, I've only had a quick look around the map before going live. Yeah, I've hardly ever played this map in 17. Thanks 1174. So we can have a little drive around now. See what we can find. Let's go this way and see what we can hit first. When Dino feels like doing the descriptions for him, basically. That John Deere is still in development as well. That isn't finished yet. Possibly Austin. So we're at the slaughterhouse. It's got through with that up there. Or animal dealers, for better terminology. Interesting. Looky what I found. And I wasn't even trying. It's no fun if I could find it that easily. But there's holes under things. Like at least a challenge to find them. Yeah, I had a bit of a break, RN. Even I need a break sometimes. Let's just get that back up so we can see where we're going. So this is a map I didn't play much on 17. Let's go around this way. If there's traffic, that'll just hit us. That's two. There's another one for you, Dal. Welcome along. And another one. road must be fairly strong there if you can drive over with a big gap beneath it like that. So a few little oddments floating about. Basically, if it's got no faults on it, Dan, it will pass. The border could do with a little bit of attention, really. You see right on the boundary there. Up at one of the sell points. What on earth is that hitting? I think we must have the map boundary there somewhere. Okay, floating K-rails. Another little miner. And this is one of the points we can get rid of stuff at. Yeah, certainly invisible something there. I'd go invisible ceiling though myself. Yep, K55 RN. Oh look, no entry. Oops. So AD plant. What does that thing keep hitting above this? Evening Ralph, how are we doing? So a few clamps up here. So we've got a high level fill point on this one. Don't think we really need so many of these dotted about though, personally. Not quite sure on some of the textures up here. Yes, I do, RN. Nice collision on the gate. I know, IDI. Well, I did see you creep in there. That little camera thing is going to get irritating after a while. So let's have a look around while we're up here. See what some of these fields are like. You need it to code them with software. If you can install the Stream Deck software, you should be able to do something with them. Yeah, the roads are not exactly very smooth. Okay. Must be very dry dirt, it's sort of floating off the road. We're about to see another, yes it is, you're about to see another small issue with the map. Thanks, Tom. Got crop destruction turned on, so might need the landscaping tool. Just there. It's only a little hole, so it's a bit of an improvement over the last version. So you got a small hole there. There's too much of this dirt on here. Especially as that's all sort of floating above the road. Shouldn't do. Yeah, landscaping tool needed there. We'll soon get that leveled off. I mean, there's just dirt everywhere coming out of these tracks. So I will say this is the normal grass texture that I use and crop textures. They're not ones what come with the map. We're going for a drive through the woods. Hey Jane, how are we doing? I know you guys love it when I go into woods on here. So same massive woodland in the middle of the farm here, or middle of the map. Bit of an assault course for Land Rover, this one. Do not drive too deeply into the water. Am I missing something? Anybody spot a slight error there? Must be dry season. Hey, but on the plus side, I've not found a floaty tree yet. Hey Nathaniel, how are we doing? So I've got Animal Pen extension into this map. So So we've got the farm down here. Eventually. Yeah, give it time. I'm sure I can find stuff without trying. Let's face it, I've not tried to find anything yet. I've just been looking. I came in on farm manager, so I haven't got any machinery. Yeah, I haven't got that far yet. Still got the upstairs hayloft here. So you fold the fences up and down still around there to put your bales up. Still got the ramps. Some nice blue lighting from the bug killers in here. Something for you to stick your beak in there, would he? Even got flies buzzing around them. Shouldn't the flies be getting killed going into that, not sort of coming out of it alive? You try to give him a nervous breakdown, Aaron. So 1 cow underpass. Yeah, I was sort of looking at that and thinking some of the textures do not look the best. I mean, FPS wise, it's fairly static at 60 at the minute. Don't know why we need so many of these things dotted about still. So still plenty of barn space about here for those that want it. So some of the textures do look a little bit funny, like the ground one in there. It's not a good face to look at. Oh, well, go along, Mystic Lady. yet highest settings. Anyone for basketball in the living room? The Leaning Tower of TV speakers? Yes. Nice model forklift. I think I'm getting friction burns on my head in this room. They're on the low ceiling. Have a look round in here. Tinted windows on the house. Nice feature. Stop nosy neighbours looking in. So this is a field, is it? Yeah, it's that kind of feeling that they're a bit tall on here. That hurt. Yes, I do, Aaron. It's all on the joystick. So chickens again. Because the 3D Pro, you can twist left and right to turn as you walk with it. So you don't need to use the mouse as well. Let's see what we've got down this way. Nice rough track. Yeah, to be fair, I can't really see much different from 17, but I didn't play it much in 17. Very little, in fact. It's a map I just couldn't get into. Nope, I haven't got a button box. If you want to stack round bales in this shed, put them up this corner and they'll roll to this one. If you put them on the barrel side. Hey Andre, how are we doing? There ain't really too many upgrades about here. So, if I remember rightly, the sheep shed has changed a little bit to how it was. Could be wrong. Was that built by you, Woody? Christ, if they're the weights of the cattle they had in here, I'd hate to see a 9,000 kilo bull. That's perfectly playable, there's just little bits again. Still got a massive area here. That's a good bump. That's a very good bump in the track. It's like an iceberg. You think all the rump steaks you get off that one, Milton? Let's head across to the boundary and take a look what we've got this side. So this is what we get as a boundary down this side. So straight onto the water. That's okay right now. He missed me. Okay, we've got that weird texture issue going on with that field. That looks like a ploughed field from the distance. Dare we look at this bridge? Okay. It's just little things like that where it could just be done properly. Yeah, a few mods like that lately, Woody. There's one last week I daren't even review because of the issues I found with it. Is it 8 or so? Is that building doing what I think it is? It is. One floating warehouse. Told them not to put the helium balloons in there. Does seem that way, Aaron. Thing is, we've not found anything major. They're all little bits. What with a little bit of tension could be sorted. I found something even more floaty on here when I looked around early, but I haven't found them again yet. I forget where they were now. There's some real weird collisions going on above this thing. Another Zeta. A bit of an area up here to do things on. Still got all the little fields up here. Yeah, the inside is good on this. So we are now at the map boundary. Again. No, they haven't quite found that ability yet, have they, IDI? So unfortunately the boundary has a sort of almost Welkery type feel to it in places. Yeah, it's got to be because there's something above it, Elite. Because that doesn't usually do it with this truck. Well, I've used it before on these reviews. I couldn't walk off it earlier when I had to look in some places. There is an actual physical boundary. Yeah, there's the boundary. It wouldn't be so bad if they sort of done this in places a bit more. We've sort of got canary grass around the outside here, which ain't common in Europe, I don't believe. So, make of this what you will. Got a nice join in the road there. Sort of sound of fast running water when there isn't really any fast running water. Yep, does appear to be standard size because on console as well. That would be okay and well if that had come across and that has no little issues like this on it. I don't know if that's these ones I was up there earlier. Just be careful how you come around the corners, you've got a bit of a KRL sticking out in the road. Not yet, Ben. I have spoken to Dino again. He's working on a few others at the moment. He's got distracted again. I have done, Nathaniel. So to my mind, this just don't look right here. Can't remember which barriers it was I was near earlier. I was just completely floating in the air. Yeah, I have to say I'm disappointed with it. I was expecting a bit better than what we found on here this time. As you go across the middle, at least FPS and everything is pretty good on here. That's sort of why I do cut through the middle. So back near the shop again here. But it's not major things, that's the more irritating bit. He's done 6010, Milton. Or do you mean the 4-cylinder ones? this way. See what we can find. Never park your car on wet concrete. It may lift the front off the ground and the back may sink. So, potato, sugar beet cell point, reverse stuff in there to tip it. Shall we have a look at this bridge as well? Textures look a little bit iffy. True, no one can steal it. True, Tim could have been sitting in the back seat of when they parked it there, if the weather was a bit warm. Freestanding ivy. Found one. Had to happen sooner or later. You'd think if they're going to fell a tree, they'd actually fell it and not just take the bottom bit of it and leave it standing in thin air. I mean, that poor tree, how's that supposed to keep there like that? Yes, the bridges do go down to the ground on that one. Yeah, one floaty tree's not too bad. Not for how many trees are on here. Yeah, just a little bit high. Much like that telegraph pole, really. Aren't they usually anchored in the ground? Not yet, Jack. They're still being worked on. The sounds on that were not on the version he sent me. They're ones I put on it. But I've sent it back to him to have a look at with those sounds. There's a couple of small edits to do on it. Yeah. There's too many of these things about here. Don't think we need so many of these as props anymore. Hey Chunky, how we doing? They're all little tiny things we're finding. It's not like we're dropping through the map into big holes. It's Dino and you and M again, Jack. Same as the rest of the John Deeres. And we got another Zeta, we got another loading shovel, another bulldozer, 2 more loading shovels, 4th loading shovel, 5th loading shovel, 2nd bulldozer, 3rd bulldozer around there, 2nd Zeta. I'm good, thanks. Let's just say the jury's out for me when we're finding silly things like this. So let's carry on with our little tour and see what else we can see on there. Yeah, that wouldn't be so bad if the machines looked like they belonged in this version of the game. What I dotted about, but they can be easily rectified. 5 minutes in GE and they're gone. Weak part in the sort of tarmac there. Because 19's harder on your graphics card. Is that a cheese wheel up the top there? Well, I guess this must be a shed. Okay. Can't open the door. That end? So we've made it so we can't open the door that end. Everywhere's full of it at the minute, RN. Yep, gotta be a shed, the sign says it is. Just in case I got confused. Okay. Interesting texture in the slurry pit. That looks a bit sort of weird to me. Very good question, Jack. So far, what does everyone think of this compared to 17? Graphics card in the SD card slot? Don't think so. Nice bump in the road there. No good for you then, Tom. And no, you can't tell me what you normally would in my live stream for saying that to you. I have to say I was kind of looking forward to doing this in 19 if they got it right. But it needs an update. So you've got this map like this, but the Gyrax straw blower they done the other day was a good one. So they can do good stuff. How far can we get before I turn the Land Rover over somewhere? I mean, to be fair, it's a huge area, this map. Sort of wasted on woodland. Looks like the car's forgotten they took the jack out from beneath the front of it. One map boundary. Another Zeta. And if we get flooded, got a boat there. You know, pity them who live in their houses, they must have an awful damp problem with that soil against the back walls like that. I'd like to see the digger that dug that hole. Minecraft, anyone? Put a few blocks in there and build ourselves a little cabin. At least they tarmacked the bit for the cement mixer. Don't think I fancy using that. Another sell point down there. Then we're right on the map boundary, and this is what we get. Pretty much the same as it did in 17. So if I just elevate a little bit here, that's what we get as a map boundary. Go straight over onto that. And we can have a fly around and look around it. big placeable area. What do you mean, am I for real? You can see I'm real. So, just slam straight into the boundary there. So I say the boundaries feel very welkerish in places. I'll fly us around the outside so you can see what it looks like. And then we'll have a look at what field prices are like on here. Ah, there it is. Floating barriers. There's one corner I went round on here earlier, I saw them. Depends on your whole setup, Jack. There's no sort of fixed there. You weren't born in 2008, RN. So my PC will run at pretty much 60, but mine isn't exactly a low spec one. Certainly got a strange feel to it in places. Anyone for another game of Minecraft? So it's almost as if this map is floating on an island. Hey American farmers, how are we doing? See the join in the water plane there. Yeah, I never answer phones, never for me, so I don't bother. If people want me, they'll ring on the mobile. And we're sort of up at the biggest fields here as well. You see that weird ground texture there in the distance. That would be a hole in the ground they've put on the map, which I imagine would be quarry. Got stuck on the map boundary there. Then we're back to the delightful green again. Back to where we left the Land Rover. Microsoft one, that's all I can remember about that. So I'll say I'm not exactly overly wrapped up in this, and I was quite looking forward to getting on there. But we'll have a look at field prices in a second and see what we've got in that respect. Got another barn down this corner. Let's do another bit of off-roading. Yeah, thanks for that one, American farmers. Finally got there. Let's go in this way. No idea on that one, Jack. As you asked, this would be the cow shed with the bug killers in it. I thought when I first came past that the purple was some sort of ultraviolet light for checking for ominous stains on cows. In case there's been any freaks in the cow shed. Even the water trough texture looks funny there. Can't sort of pinpoint it, but something just looks weird with it. So let's take a look at the map in here. Let's see, we've got water all around this side of it, all around there, and right down to there, and just a little bit of land there. HP laptop with an integrated graphics card by any chance? So lands. I need to sort Pretzel out. Get back to how it was, because that's terrible what's come through there at times. Yeah, that's just weird look. So you're buying blocks of fields up here. 213,000. 453. 332. 92. And the farm itself is just under 600,000. If you buy that lot, it's 471,000. There isn't really any of what I would call cheap parcels of land on here. Oh, 88,000 for that little bit. Not many fields were actually for sale by themselves. What's that, American farmers? So if you want to do a start from scratch on here, you're really going to struggle with field prices. Especially if you want to start at the main farm. I mean, big block of land there is just under 1 million. We've got field 86 there, 623,000. Yeah, must be that. It'd be nice if they sort of split these little fields up into twos or singles so you can buy them separately at a price. It's a big grass field. Big forest, that's split up into several bits. So you could buy that block of it. 260,000 for the big forest. Yeah, I'm a Giants partner as well, OFG. So that one there, 260. Littlewood there, 209. Weird. So you get that one for 260 or that one for 209. 294. 172. 148. So that big area is cheap, but you can't really do much with it other than fell trees. Considering we're on Farm Manager and we've got 1.25 million, you aren't going to get very far with that. Not by the time you bought the farmyard. Yeah, it is. So if you were to just buy that wood, buy a tree harvester, I don't think you'd be able to clear anything to put a field in here. There's very few bits in here you'd be able to get to plough, drill, etc. with the terrain in there. Have to do some serious landscaping to do it. How'd you get a puddle on the slope like that? So, a bit flatter here, but that's part of another parcel of land then. Yeah, fill the holes in with the Zetas. We've got this placeable area here. So if we want to start from scratch on here using this bit, I mean that's 379,000. Then you've got to put your buildings and everything on them. But that comes with a field of sugar beet. Right, that leaves us one thing to check on here. I haven't turned seasons on yet. This is where the game is going to take an absolute age to quit out and come back in. Do I really want to accept that, Tom? Yeah, I think it could be Milton. Haven't actually got that installed though. This takes a little bit longer to load in as I've got shaders installed in there. Yeah, I haven't got that downloaded. Maze Plus. Now we shall find out very, very shortly if it has. Yeah, there is a land lease mod. It goes with global. So, for Jack's benefit, it's asked about VSync. If you come into options and the second one along, it's there. Let's see if I can remember which one it's in. Field leasing there and global company there, so you'd need those two. And you've also got field calculator there, so there's a few mods you could add into this for that. I won't do it now because that takes an age for my game to load up again. Pain in the backside when I have it turned on. So I know we're loading into an existing save game, so it may not like it too much. Reset the growth. So we know things aren't going to be quite right on hair of grass and that as I've come into an existing save game. Might just take a couple of minutes for things to just update on here, so we'll give it a moment. So hopefully that's updated now. There's only one way to test though. You still in there, Dal? Can't remember what the command was. And that was only before the stream we were talking about, but I've forgotten already. Let's try again. Have this. I thought that's what it was. Command not found. So that's obviously not the command. I haven't got the game on Steam. SS tab doesn't work. Shouldn't make any difference. Let's just try one more. There we go. We try to use the 17 one. That's why. Got there just before you American farmers. SS is 17 seasons, RM is 19. You'll get there in a minute, Jack. There we go. So it's RM for 19. So buildings are masked. So I would say, going by that, then yes, it has got seasons mask on here, snow mask. All those buildings alright. Just before IFG put it in chat, I thought, Realismus mod in RM. I'm sure that's what we done last time I tried to put it on the map, kept putting the 17 commands in by accident. So we snow masked the bridge, but not the road in places. Press the button just to the left of the 1 key, as long as you've got it enabled. Why can I hear running water? Anyone see any ponds or anything here? We've not got any flag trees. You have to go into the game XMLs and enable console, dev console in there. So it seems to be snow masked okay. So you've got bits of road what are going to need clearing and bits that aren't. It looks like the bulk of it has been masked. So plenty of snow clearing to do on here. Catch you later, Aaron. AFS contractors, welcome along. Shall we add some more snow? Let's put a good lot of snow on here. It's got to be worth it to see the traffic going through, hasn't it? They're driving on top of it. So you've got a good layer of snow now. No, I don't drive through it, they just go on top of it. That's no fair. Should at least make it so the car's got stuck in this amount of snow. Try 100. Well, just to see how much we can put on here. Okay. Let's build up gradually, shall we? I think you might be out of luck there, Milton. I think 10 might be the maximum. Thanks, FS contractors. Yeah, we've got snow where there ain't snow on the roads. But it wouldn't add another 10 then, so I don't think you'll be able to do it. But everywhere has certainly been masked properly. This could be fun. Their vehicles go across, ours doesn't. Ours goes through it. This is going to end well, isn't it? How long before I do something daft with the Land Rover? Missed it, just. Look, it hasn't got a little bit of cow parsley. It's still there. And poor shock absorbers. Yeah, just a bit, Milton. You got to find the road first. But I've not crashed yet. We're improving. That doesn't count. But it does look like everything is masked, so that's the main thing. You certainly have some fun snow clearing on there, if that's your thing. Let's have a look. I think we can find one or two rivers on here somehow. Doesn't look like the outside one is. Let's find the one through the middle. Doesn't sound very frozen to me. Doesn't look very frozen. Bit cold on the old nethers though in there. Get frostbite on that. So rivers definitely are not frozen. Nice. Is it normal to see daylight through tarmac? It's certainly not frozen. Still got running water everywhere. Yeah. That boundary don't half give you a headache when you run into it. I'm not trying to ruin the map, that's the thing. All I've done is look round it and they've just happened to pop up like that. So I was hoping there wouldn't be anything like that on here. As they've done the map once already in 17, you'd think they could sort it out for 19. Still might do something on it stream-wise. Either that or we stay on Sutton Farm for now. Some of these fields could be a bit interesting to do work on. At least we've not found any dodgy trees or anything on here. The annoying thing is, every fault we've found is something simple, like this one here. You see there's a dip there. So one vote for Sutton Farm. Still. I will say as soon as Sandy Bay comes out we will go on to that. That will become our stream map. That's the plan anyway. So we either stay on Sutton till that comes out or we come on here for a few streams. Don't fancy that pole's chances of staying upright somehow. Looks like the ones in the fens. Been given a good clout with the sprayer booms. And you've got these textures again here. Why? Why use these old out-of-date block textures? We've got all those new block textures you could use in this game now. So why use these old ones? I could have quite easily put these around it, this texture. Okay, catch you later, American farmers. Thanks for dropping in. If you get some good ones, then you get, well, some sort of real iffy textures. Right, yeah, Sutton Farm, I think that's where we'll be when I do stream for now. But I think that's where I'll be leaving it for tonight. So, I might be back again tomorrow night, or sometime tomorrow. I'm not at work tomorrow, as we're now working again. Keep an eye on Discord, because I'll be posting there over the weekend as what we're going to do for 1,000 subscribers. But for now, I am going to say thank you for watching tonight. Hope you enjoyed this stream, and I will see you again in the next one. Goodbye for now.